When it comes to Air Jordan sneakers, not every single pair can be super hot fire and sell out instantly. Not every pair has incredibly high resale value or resale value at all. And those are the kind of sneakers we're going to mainly cover in today's video for my top 10 underrated Air Jordans of 2021. Now, I did film this style of video the other day, but specifically for Air Jordan 1s. So if you guys want to see that video, I'll leave it linked down below. And of course, if you guys want more top 10 videos, comment down below what other ones you guys would like to see. So what qualifies a sneaker to be underrated? Well, it's kind of tricky to narrow down, but for the sake of this video, we had to figure out a criteria somehow. So my criteria for this list were sneakers that were sitting on shelves for a while. On top of that, shoes eventually will sell out. However, not all of them have high resale value or much resale value at all. Some of these sneakers on this list, if you want to sell them on StockX for like lowest ask or close to lowest ask, you'll end up taking an L in terms of the fees that you have to pay to sell the shoe. So a lot of these sneakers on this list will have very close resale market value to pretty much the retail price of the shoe, if not maybe $10 to $20 above the actual retail price. And do keep in mind, I am from Canada. The retail price here is slightly higher than America. It's about $15 to $20 higher per pair. So do keep that in mind. If I see something is selling for retail, it might be $20 above American retail, for example. And so that means that if you want to invest in any sneakers on this list is going to provide you with potentially shoes that you could make some money on if you play your cards right. These are, of course, underrated shoes, so I feel like it would mean that the values of these shoes will go up over time. With that said, we can't have a top 10 list without some honorable mentions, so let's get to these honorable mentions. And just one last disclaimer, just to get it out of the way. I tried to rank this top 10 list the best I could, but of course there's going to be some favoritism because it's all my personal list, right? So some of these sneakers could easily be switched around depending on where you're from and who you are. Honorable mentions, we have the Georgetown Air Jordan 3s, Pine Green Air Jordan 3s, and the last honorable mention would have to be the Air Jordan 13 Red Flints. Now let's dive into our top 10 list. Starting off at number 10, we have the Air Jordan 3 Camo. This is a shoe that might have just gone under the radar because it was a camouflage shoe. Not the typical kind of Air Jordan we're used to seeing, or Jordan 3 we're used to seeing. This sort of like patchwork kind of look is definitely going to be something that stands out in anyone's collection. So I can understand why these sneakers are sitting, because the target like demographic for this shoe is much more niche. It's just such a bizarre kind of looking 3 that I know that it would end up at the outlets at some places. And also, if any of these sneakers ended up at your local Nike outlets, let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious to see what kind of sneakers and Jordans end up at your Nike outlets, because it's really different depending on where you're from. And on that note, we are going to be going to some Nike outlets over in LA and Las Vegas when we do head down to the States. Next up on our list at number 9 is a pair of Jordan 1s, which is kind of tricky to put on the list because Jordan 1s are, of course, a hyped up silhouette. So inherently, they kind of don't necessarily belong on the list. However, we have to make some exceptions because depending on how the resale value is, if they were sitting for a long time, all that kind of stuff. We had the Air Jordan 1 handcrafted. Not something we're super used to seeing. When it comes to Jordan 1s, we're used to like a two-tone color. So having more than one, this is like 4 different colors. We got brown, we got green, we got gray, we got this like maroon burgundy, we got some black as well, and of course the white. It's definitely a kind of a mismatch mosh pit of a Jordan 1. Coming in at number 8 is a sneaker that a lot of people both love and a lot of people hate, and this is a shoe that I ended up taking a raffle W on. They are the Air Jordan 3 Racer Blue. The Racer Blue 3s are a shoe that not a lot of people liked because of the way they did the elephant print on it with the 3M. I think it's a shoe that a lot of people really enjoyed. It's a clean white leather pair of Jordan 3s, and I honestly think they made enough pairs to meet the demand for this shoe. I think the resale prices have gone up since the original release, but on the release like week and weekend and stuff, they were sitting on shelves everywhere. So even if you took an L on the raffles or wherever where you entered, you could still go in and buy them for retail. On to number 7. This is a Jordan 3 that sat for months and months and months. And I honestly thought it was a shoe that was going to sell out pretty much instantly, but it's just the way the things are going, you know, it is what it is. So number 7 are the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray. Cool gray is kind of a concept or a colorway we like to see on Jordans. We of course saw the Jordan 11 cool grays release, and I'm also a huge fan of the cool gray 4s, which sat for quite some time actually. I bought the cool gray 4s here in Canada, and the resale prices on those, whew, stonks through the roof. So I'm happy I picked those up when I did. The cool gray 3s, I don't think they're as nice as the cool gray 4s. However, the colorway that it is really, really clean. It's one of those essential gray basic colorways. So it's one of those shoes you can get away with wearing a ton in multiple different outfits. So if you're a person that is doing that one pair of shoe kind of per year, you're just very picky and choosy with the Jordans that you're buying, and you want something that you're gonna get a lot of use out of, this Jordan 3 just makes sense based off the colorway. But yeah, when it comes to Air Jordan 3s, a lot of people tend to prefer leather-based Air Jordan 3s instead of ones with like nubuck and suede on them. So I can understand why these sat. I'm just surprised they sat for as long as they did. And right now, just like looking on StockX, the lowest ask right now on a size 10 is $249. That's literally $4 above Canadian retail. So if you want the shoe, even though you can't necessarily buy these in store anymore, you can find them on certain marketplaces for pretty reasonable prices. And with that said, I'll leave links in the description down below to a bunch of these sneakers so you guys can check out what the current resale prices are at the moment. On to number 6. This sneaker just blew me away in terms of my mind getting blown away of why are these still sitting on shelves. Number 6 for my most underrated Jordans of the year come in a package of a Jordan 6. This is the Bordeaux Air Jordan 6. The Bordeaux colorway of the Air Jordan 7 is one of the most iconic colorways for the Jordan 7, a silhouette that not many people really like, and so they slap on that colorway onto a Jordan 6 and they had an instant hit, at least so I thought, because I love the Bordeaux 7s, I love the Bordeaux 6s, but these sneakers sat on shelves for retail price for at least a 3 to 4 or 5 week period, even more depending on where you went. And these sold out like really quickly, like on Nike's website. Like I tried to buy these on release day and I couldn't. I took an L, and then a couple places restocked them, and when they had them restocked, they shat themselves. They sat on the shelves for quite some time, and I just went to like Nike's and stuff a couple of weeks ago and I still saw them sitting and my mind was blown. Coming in at number 5, we have the Air Jordan 1 Bordeaux. Another Bordeaux colorway, however, the Bordeaux is like referring to the shade of maroon burgundy that is on the upper of the sneaker. Another shoe that definitely sold out upon release. However, the resale prices aren't very high at all. In fact, one of the homies, Danny Moore, was actually selling his, I believe, size 9.5 pair for retail on his Instagram story today. So if you're looking for a pair, Danny Moore's got you covered. But yeah, this is a really clean colorway for a Jordan 1. Like the color blocking is phenomenal. It's kind of reminiscent of a Chicago 1, but apparently people just aren't messing with the colorway. So that's why the resale prices on these are really affordable, or at least fair. Because if Danny Moore is selling it for retail, hey, that means something, right? Coming in at number 4 is a sneaker I saw sitting at a lot of Nike stores this year. It's another Jordan 1, however, it's not the regular kind of Jordan 1 you're used to seeing. It's the AJKO 1 Chicago. Yes, a Chicago colorway of the ones were sitting for weeks to months depending on where you went, and this is a shoe that I saw at every single Nike store I went to, and it blew my mind because after The Last Dance came out, all the resale values on like all Jordan 1s and just a lot of OG colored Jordans shot up like crazy. So if you wanted a Chicago sneaker, nope, not happening. Those resale prices are unobtainable or just unrealistic for so many people. Now the main difference between these and the actual leather 1 Chicagos is the color blocking. That panel of white on the back is a big deal for a lot of people, so they just don't mess with the shoe for that reason. And another reason is the entire upper of the AJKO. It's canvas. It's all canvas, so it stains really easily. It's not as nice and premium feeling as a leather Air Jordan 1. And because of that, plus the color blocking, it's just not necessarily a shoe a lot of hypebeasts really want. This is a shoe I genuinely really like. I actually used to own a pair of the retro from like 2014, 2015, when sneaker culture wasn't as insanely popular as it is now, and it was a fantastic shoe. It was a great option, you know, great alternative for a broke college kid to still enjoy a Chicago colorway of a Jordan 1. Now it's not the actual Jordan 1 because it is canvas, so whenever you do wear them, you're like, this is not exactly the Chicago 1, but not quite. And it's not a fake, but it's like, it's not going to get the respect of a Chicago 1 high leather. Regardless, it's a fantastic colorway, fantastic shoe. Resale prices are not high at all. And if you like this version of the Jordan 1 Chicago, you might also like the Storm Blue version, because they released a blue version as well, which sat for a little bit, not as long as the Chicago. Number 3, it blew my mind with how long they sat on shelves for, on top of the resale prices still to this day. They're honestly not that high above retail. If you're trying to sell on certain platforms, you're gonna take an L actually for after the fees and stuff like that. So number 3 are the Toro Bravo or Raging Bull Air Jordan 5s. This is a shoe I absolutely love. I love the red suede on the upper. It's such an iconic Jordan 5. The older retro versions of this shoe used to resell for a lot of money. So to see these sneakers sitting on shelves week after week after week, seeing the market prices on the shoe not climb as high as I thought they would, it blew my mind. I was like, what? Why are these still sitting? It makes no sense to me. Coming in at number 2 is a Jordan that a lot of people love. Like it's probably one of the most favorite colorways for a lot of people for this particular Jordan silhouette. However, I saw these sneakers sitting for a long ass time at many sneaker stores in Toronto. It might have just been because of the whole factory control issue, quality control issues they were having with the pairs. Originally they canceled this release because of the way certain colors were bleeding onto other panels of the shoe, and that kind of maybe gave it away. Number 2 are the Air Jordan 6 Carmine. This shoe right here, this fantastic with the Nike Air on the back, beautiful, easily like my favorite colorway of the Jordan 6 of all time. These shoes sat for mad long. Resale value is not high, if at any. This is a shoe that sat in a lot of places, and every time I saw them sitting, I was like, I need to buy them. Like, this is a shoe that is absolutely going to go up over time. Like, there's no reason for the shoe not to go up over time. However, with the whole pink midsoles issue that a lot of pairs were having, it definitely rubbed people the wrong way. And before we get to our number 1 spot for underrated Jordan of 2021, I want to quickly remind you guys about our giveaway for the Pollen Air Jordan 1s. If you guys want to enter, all you have to do is comment down below what you thought about my top 10 list. Do you own any of the sneakers, and what shoes deserve to be on this list? Just let me know down below. We are going to LA on Sunday for some travel vlogs, so if you subscribe to me for travel vlogs and sneaker vlogging content, make sure you have notifications on, because these vlogs are going to be bangers. And on to number 1, which is a banger of a shoe too in my opinion. We have the Air Jordan 1 Pollen. Yeah, this shoe right here is one of my favorite sneakers of the year, and it really blows my mind that these still sat. The resale prices are not high at all. If you want these, go get them now before it's too late, because this is a shoe that is so underrated. The color blocking is on point. The materials on these are on point. Is the yellow the reason why people aren't liking these or buying these up as much? And is that why the resale value is so like affordable compared to other Jordan 1s? I even paid resale prices to get my pair early. Like, I paid $300 or $250 above Canadian retail. I basically paid double retail price for this shoe, and then to see them sitting on shelves, ooh, that hurt. That definitely hurt. You guys can click on screen to watch more of my videos, maybe another top 10, maybe a Japan vlog. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.